Hey folks, how you doing and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leonard and you're watching the Product Reviewer. Now today we will go a little bit back in time. Well, to be more precise, we will go back to September 2018 since that was the time the Polar Vantage M was released. By the standards of 2018, this particular smartwatch was one of the best on the market together with the Polar Vantage V. And now since the second generation just launched, we will take a look back at what the Polar Vantage M has to offer. So we will take a look at all of the different activity tracking features, the sport modes, the heart and sleep tracker, and how accurate they actually are. We will take a look at the Polar Flow app and at some specs. Now, if you're interested in the second generation, I just released a video about the Polar Vantage M2. So I'll probably leave the link in one of those corners or in the description below, we will see. And before we start with the video, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing if you don't want to miss out on any new smartwatch reviews or smartwatch news in general. Now with that being out of the way, let's start with the pricing and with some specs. So if you're just looking for a fitness tracker, then this sport watch may not be the right choice for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an excellent sport watch, but for 280 euros, it's quite expensive if you just want to track your fitness. So this watch has a 1.2 inch hard-coated PMMA laminated lens with a resolution of 240 by 240. It weighs in at 45 grams with a strap and 85 grams without a strap and has 5 physical buttons. Speaking of the strap, we get a smooth 22mm silicone strap with a stainless steel buckle. And as you can see, we have these little holes all over the strap so your skin can breathe better and the watch is not sticking to your skin as much. With the M2, we get a 46 by 46 by 12.5mm case, of which we have a plastic bottom part and a black stainless steel part right around the bezel. For last, this watch has Bluetooth, built-in GPS, is water resistant up to 30 meters and has a 230 mAh battery, which lasts for about 5 days on normal usage and about 30 hours if you're continuously using the GPS and heart rate tracking. By the way, if you haven't noticed by now, this is not a touchscreen, so in order to navigate on this watch, you will have to use the buttons. Top left is for the screen light, top right to scroll up, bottom right for scrolling down, bottom left to get to your menu and back, and the middle one is to select. Next up, we have the activity tracking features, and with the sport watch, you have over 130 different sport modes to choose from. You have all kinds of outdoor activities like running, walking, and cycling, but you also have a very big variation of ball sports, swimming options, winter sports, or golf. You can have 20 different sport modes on your watch itself, but you can always swap them out for any other sport mode on your smartphone. If you want to, you can even edit every single of your sport modes to your likings. So you can set your own heart rate zones, what should be displayed on your watch while you're working out, or do you want to have a vibration feedback every kilometer? All of that is super easy and fast to do. So before we start our activities, we can set a few things. So we can turn on or off the backlight, look at some training suggestions, we have an interval timer and a countdown timer. After starting the activity, we see our heart rate, pace, distance, and duration. But all of that depends on your exercise and your personal settings in the app. If we stop the exercise, we get a quick summary of the mileage, maximum and average heart rate, burnt calories, pace, and your heart rate zones. Regarding the accuracy of this sport watch, well, it did better than the Polar Vantage M2. Now, as I told you, I already did a video about that one, so I'll leave the description in the link below, so make sure to check that one out. And well, so regarding the strength training, it did pretty good. It was almost spot on. Now, it was always a little bit on the high side, but I compared it to the Polar H10 chest band. So there is actually no smartwatch that can compete with a chest band. So it did really good. Now, on my different walking tries, it was okay-ish, I guess. On some tries, it was spot on, but there were tries where it was like 500 to 600 meters off. It recorded less than I actually walked, and the calories were always a little bit off. Now, since this watch has also built-in GPS, let's take a look at that one. If you look at it from the far, the lines seem pretty straight. But if you get closer, you see that they are not 100% accurate. Sometimes I landed in the bushes, or was walking inside houses, but it should be good enough for most of you who don't take it that serious. The Polar Vantage M2 also has a sleep tracker, and you see a whole bunch of stuff up there. First, you can check your sleep from last night or the whole last week. So let's start from the top, and first we have the sleep structure. It is divided into light, deep sleep, REM and interruptions, and in my experience so far it is quite accurate on when I went to bed and woke up. And yes, I do wake up quite early, as you can see, to work on my scripts for my YouTube videos. Next up, the sleep score, which is a pretty basic feature nowadays. So we see the sleep amount, sleep solidity, continuity, actual sleep, and my sleep regeneration. Which takes me to the nightly recharge feature. So you can either check out the nightly recharge on your smartwatch or on your phone. But let's do it on the phone since it's a little bit easier to show you guys. Now the nightly recharge consists out of your sleep charge, which is basically your sleep score, and the ANS charge. ANS charge tells you how much your autonomous nervous system calmed down during the last night, and based on these two factors, the nightly recharge is giving you some advice for your next training sessions and how to help your body refill its energy. So what else do we have on that Sportwatch? Well, we have a few more features to check out. First up, we can receive notification on this watch. We have Serene, which is a guided breathing session for relaxation. So you can choose the length of the breathing session as well as the duration of every single exhale and inhale. Of course, we have a stopwatch and timer on here, as well as the Polar fitness test, which actually isn't a test for your fitness more than laying down on the couch or bed and let the watch figure out your VO2 max. As for last, let's talk about the different watch faces you have on the Polar Vantage M. The first one is your basic heart rate tracker. On the next one, you can see all of your latest workout sessions and see all of the details of them as well. Next up, the nightly recharge. So we have already talked about that one, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but as you can see, you see basically the same as on your phone. The next watch face is the FitSpark, which is giving you training suggestions based on your overall recovery from the last day, as well as your training history. So it's either strength, cardio, or supportive workouts. On the next watch face, we can see our daily activities, like the amount of steps we took, burned calories, and my active time. As for the last, we have the Training Load Pro. Now that one helps you to see how much you've been training lately and how your training sessions strain the different parts of your body. So what do I think about the Polar Vantage M? And I have to say that I really miss the music player on that one. I think it's one of the must-haves that you have to have on every smartwatch or sport watch. Now the M2 has it, so they did a good job on that one, but you really want to skip a track, go back a track, want to adjust the volume or play and pause the track while you're working out or doing your thing. Now, the upgraded version of that will probably be the offline music, but let's stick to the basics, and the normal music player on board would be cool to have. So the sleep tracker is pretty much giving me all of the information that I want and even more. It is very accurate on when I went to bed and when I woke up. So heart rate wise, I have absolutely also no complaints about it. Now the only thing which isn't that great is the mileage, since it was sometimes a little bit off and the burned calories are always a mess. Now GPS wise, it's okay. You have more than 130 sport modes to choose from, and design wise, I guess no one can complain about a simple black smartwatch. And in addition to it, it is quite comfortable. So if you're thinking about buying one of the Polar Vantage M models, go for it. It's a good sport watch. So folks, that's already it for the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out in the YouTube algorithm. It only takes 2 clicks. It's for free. And with that being said, peace out.